Hello everyone, this is Vikram and welcome to my channel. In this video, we will see our first Go program and understand various commands related to building and running our Go programs. Before creating our programs in Go, we should understand some topics like Go workspaces, Go packages and Go modules because anyone can write a simple program in Go, build it and run it. But the thing is, we should understand how to package our Go code, how to organize our Go code, right? How to maintain proper directory structure of our Go code. So this is where our packages and modules comes into the picture. Using packages, you can basically organize your Go code and then also share your packages with other users by hosting them inside GitHub repositories so that the other persons can, directly use your packages inside their own, projects. So for that reason, only for the first few, videos, in the first few videos, we'll try to understand the concept of packages, modules. We'll try to create our own packages, create our own modules. We'll also see how to push our modules into GitHub repositories, right? After that, we are going to see, core concepts in Go like variables, constants, loops, conditionals, etc. We all know what is Go workspace. Basically, Go code should be kept in a workspace, which we call it as Go path. After we installed Golang in Windows, we set this Go path to a separate directory. And inside the directory, we usually have src, pkz, and bin. So these are the main directories that you should have. src usually will have the source code of your projects and whatever source code that you compile and generate the binary. So that binary should be available in the bin directory. And coming to the PKZ, so this is a package directory where it will have the compiled package files. The meaning of compiled package files is, let's say your project depends upon other Go packages. So ideally, what you do is you download those packages, and those packages will be available in this PKZ directory as compiled objects. The reason why they will be available in the compiled format is, in order to speed up your entire build process. Okay. So this is the Go workspace. You should definitely set the Go path. Otherwise, your Go projects will not work as expected. Now let's talk about a very basic Go example. We'll also try to compare it with C and Python as well. Okay. So let's say I just have to print hello world. So hello world is a simple string. Okay. But how do you print it? Okay, if you use Python, it is pretty easy. All I have to do is just use print, and within the double quotes, I would use hello world and I'll close it. And this statement will be usually available inside a file with .py as the extension. I'm just calling it as app.py. And in order to run this file, I need to provide it as an argument to the Python interpreter just by running python app.py. If Python is available as Python 3, so you should run Python 3 app.py and the output will be hello world. But in case of Go and other compile languages like C, they should also require other libraries. Okay. So the libraries like, if you take the case of a C, so we are actually including a header file that belong to the standard input output library, which is called standard stdio.h. So this stdio.h, you can, take it like a library or a package. So inside it, it has a lot of features, like a lot of functions it offers. Like it can read the user input or it can print the output. That's the reason why when we try to use the statements or functions like printf, so this is coming from this library. Okay, without including standard input output.h library, you cannot access scanf or printf functions because these are directly coming from that library. Okay, so this is a very basic C program where it is asking for the, the integer, okay, some integer, and that integer is being stored in a variable called number, and using printf we are just printing that number. So this is a very basic C example. Okay, and inside C we say that main is just like an entry point. So you have a lot of C files and a lot of the a lot of statements and functions inside a single C file. But where should your program start? What is the entry point? So that is basically decided by your main function in C. Similarly, when we talk about Go, so it is also like a compiled language. It is a compiled language. It also depends upon a lot of third-party packages, right? So here what I want is I want to just print a statement like hello world. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using printf. So remember this capital P here. Okay, so it is not small p. So printf, and within the double quotes I'm just using hello world. But if you see this printf, it is a function. It is coming from another package called fmt. So fmt is a formatting function. I mean, a package that will offer a lot of formatting functionalities. So inside this FMT package, I'm just calling printf. So this FMT package will have a lot of other functions as well. So you'll have println, and I'll show you all those. So it will have a lot of functions under this package. So how do I import that package? So it is using import FMT. So import FMT will import the FMT package. From that FMT package, I'm just calling a printf function. And to that printf function, I'm just giving the hello world. And this is a main function. If you see, this printf is inside this main function. So why this main function is required? It serves like an entry point. So this is where your actual program execution starts. So the first line inside this main function is printf. So it is going to print. So that is fine till here. But what is this package main here? Okay, so we should remember one thing here is, so every Go program should have a package main if you want to build and execute that program. Okay, so ideally this package main, so the main term is important here. If you are building a package that serves as a dependency for other projects, then those packages will not belong to main packages. Okay, so you only use the package main if you are building an executable. Okay, so here this particular code is going to be converted into an executable which I can run. That's the reason why I have package main. Let's say I have this Go code which should serve as a dependency for other projects. Then instead of package main, I can use some other packages like package database, something like this. So this is a particular Go code that belongs to the package database, and this package can be imported by other Go projects. Okay, and this being a package main, so it means that you are trying to build an executable in Go, which means this particular program is going to be converted into an executable that is the final format. So that is the advantage of package main. And there can be, if you're trying to build an executable, there should be a package main and there should be a function main that serves as an entry point. Otherwise you cannot build your executable. That Go code can only be used as a library or a dependency for other projects. You can have any number of packages. So we will understand the importance of using packages. Can I have multiple Go files belong to the same package? And what is a module? We are going to understand clearly in the coming video. But remember, if you're trying to build an executable, your entire code should be belong to a package main, and that package main should also have a function main that serves as an entry point. Now what we will do is, let's try to write this Go program and then try to build it. So for this, I already have my Go path. So my Go path is actually set to this path. I can also show that using Go commands. So this Go path should have been src and pkz. I have other folder because I wanted to show an example. That's why I copied it inside it. But I'll move it to src when I show the demo. But remember, this is your Go path. So how do I see it? So if I just type Go help, I'm going to get all the help section related to Go. And here you have something known as Go env. So what Go and env does is, it is going to print all the environment variables related to Go. And if you see here Go env, it is printing a lot of environment variables. I'm interested in this Go path, so which is pointing to my Go projects directory inside C drive. Or else if you're interested in just getting a single environment variable, you can simply give the environment variable name and you're going to see that value directly in the terminal. And one more thing here, the by default, I have a terminal which is, your bash terminal, but I'm on Windows, but still I'm getting bash terminal. The reason why I'm getting is, so let's say you just installed VS Code, okay, and you don't have any git CLI installed. Okay, so if you try to open the terminal from this point here, and if I just click on the terminal, you're not going to get bash. You're going to get something known as command prompt. So this is what you're going to see, but this doesn't support Linux, like commands. So what I can do is I can basically go to, browser and then search for install Git, then go to this install Git and try to install Git, for your operating system. So for Windows, you'll get the binary. Okay, so let me just go to the downloads here. And then for Windows, you just install that binary, install git CLI. And once it is installed, so what you can do is you can just close VS Code and open it. And by default, if I try to open any terminal, right, by default, it is opening bash. Okay, in your case, it would open command prompt just like this. If you want bash, you can, select whatever terminal you need. So I'm using git bash here as a default, but if you want, you can just click on git bash. But this is not set as the default in your case. Every time if you open a new terminal, by simply clicking on plus, okay, it will open command prompt in your case. So how do you set git bash as the default CLI is, I can go to this view, command palette, then search for something known as terminal. And once you have this option, terminal set default profile, click on it and then select git bash. So automatically git bash will be selected as your default terminal. So that is one thing. Now let's proceed with writing our first Go program. So under the SRC, if you see, I have an empty folder under PKZ. I have some. Okay, so let me delete that pkz folder and let me create a new one. Okay, I might have some previous code, so let me drag it outside. So I have src pkz and bin all are empty. Okay, now under the src, what I'll do is I'll simply create a new folder called my first app, something like this. So it is just like a folder, but ideally this folder is known as a module. But since we haven't understood what are modules, let's stick to let's go through those concepts later. Okay, inside this folder, I'm just going to create a file known as app.go. Okay, so this is our first program. As I already said, every Go program should belong to a package. It need not be main package. It should belong to a package. Okay, since I'm going to build an executable and this should serve as an entry point, I'm just going to name it as package main. So inside package main, we all know that you should have a function known as main. So this is a format. So don't worry about how I'm actually writing this. I'm going to teach about functions, their return values, arguments, etc. So basically, this is an entry point which is not expecting any user input because there are no arguments within this bracket, and outside the brackets also you don't have anything, which means this function doesn't return anything. So inside this, I just wanted to access, the print function. Okay, if you see, fmt is basically a package, and if I just use dot, you can see all the functions available in that fmt package. So I'm interested in print, just print. So inside this print, I'm just going to write a simple hello, right? And if you see, I did not import this because of Go extension that we installed in Go in this VS Code. So automatically, when you try to use any standard package, so that will be automatically imported. Otherwise, you need to manually write. So let me just save it. Okay. And one more thing here. So if you just try to import a package and if you don't, use it, let's say I did not use it. Okay, I imported it. If I simply press save, what will happen is Go is going to do automatic garbage collection. So which means it is going to remove unused variables, unused packages, and all that stuff. Okay, so let me revert all the changes back. Let me save this file. Okay, so this is our first Go program. And if you want to know like about what is this FMT package and all, so what I can do is, I can just go to, the Go official page and then click on the packages here and then search for a package known as FMT. So inside this FMT package, you can see it is a standard library. Okay, so you'll have, various functions. You can see if I just click on the functions, I have all these functions. And the function which I used is this print function. Okay, so this print function is going to take some inputs and then it is going to print. You will also get the index here, the description about everything from the official documentation itself. Okay, but how do I run these Go programs? Okay, so in case of Python, we know that we basically invoke Python followed by the name of the file. Similarly, Go also has a lot of commands. If I simply do go help, you're going to get commands like go build. Okay, so this is compile packages and dependencies, and then you have go run, compile and run your Go program. Okay, and then you also have go install, compile and install packages and dependencies. Okay, so there are minor differences between go install and go build. Okay, but let's see how to just build our Go program, which is a compile based language. Being a compile based language, we know that there will be a final executable that will be created and we should execute that final binary. But this is a two step process, right? First you build it and then you run it. But how do I get the simplicity of programming language like Python, where I don't build it, I actually run it first. Okay, so for that reason only you have go run, and then you need to give the name of the Go file, which is app.go. So first I need to cd into our directory, and then run, simply go run app.go. So this is just like you're running Python app.py. So here your executable is not getting created, only your your Go program is getting executed. I don't have any final executable here as of now. You can see here inside the package directory I don't have, inside the bin directory I don't have. So how do I generate that executable? Because I'm not going to share this Go code with anyone, right? I'm just going to share the machine, final machine executable. So for that, I have two options. So one is go build. Okay, if I run go build, it is going to throw an error. The reason why it is throwing an error is this go build will work, for the modules, and there is a special file that turns a particular folder into a module that is called go.mod file, which I'm going to cover in the next video. But since this is not a module, um, you know, how should we run is we should run go build. We need to actually give the name of the file. Then only it is going to run. So when the go build process is completed, within the same directory you will see an app.exe file. So that exe file is a binary file. So if I just try to open that file, you will see that you can't open that file. Since this is an executable file, so how do I actually run this? Just use dot slash and app.exe. So this is how you execute it. So this is a binary file. It won't have any source code. So all you have to do is just share this exe file with someone, and they're going to just execute it without even having Go. Because this is a binary file, it doesn't require any Go. It will directly run on the target machine. You just have to execute it. And since I built this particular Go project within Windows, I'm getting .exe file. If you take this source code and build it in Linux, so it will generate a different binary that can execute in Linux kernel, like Linux operating system. Okay, so being on Windows machine, can I also generate binaries for other operating systems? Yes. So using Go cross compilation process or techniques, I can do it, but we will do that in the later coming videos. But for now, just understand that go build app.go is going to generate the final executable, which you can share. So let's say I want the file to be named differently. So here, if you use app.go, the executable will be app.exe. Okay, can I name it separately like demo.exe? Yes. So using -o, that stands for output. And then if I use demo.exe, my final executable will be called as demo.exe. Nothing more than that. Okay. So this is my executable. I'm just going to delete them. So there is another command known as go install. So what go install will basically do is it is also going to generate the final executable, but that executable will be copied into this bin directory automatically. Okay, so this bin directory is nothing but your go path slash bin, because this bin package and src are already in go path. So by default, go install will put your binary inside this bin directory. Okay, so if I just use go install, again, it will complain that this is not a module. So I have to again provide the file as an input. Then if you see here, I have app.dxe file, but it is there in the bin directory. So it is not there in your main folder. It will be automatically copied to app.exe. So this is the difference between build and install. Build will basically build it and put the binary in the same directory, but install will, you know, build and copy the binary into the bin directory. So that is, how you write your first program in Go. And if you want help on any command, you just have to use go help followed by the command, and go install, as I already said, it will put the executable in bin. Go will compile and put the executable in the same directory, right? Okay, so in the next video, what we'll do is we'll try to understand more about packages and modules, because that's really important in order to organize your Go code. Because we can directly start with understanding Go concept, but if we try to understand modules and packages at the beginning of your Go journey, it is going to help you a lot. Thank you, and I'm going to we'll meet in the next session. Thank you.